Once you understand these vibrational secrets, your reality changes instantly. Everything around you, everything you see, touch, feel, and even think is vibration. It may seem like a bold statement, but if you truly grasp this concept, your entire experience of reality will shift in an instant. Think about it. Science has already proven that at the most fundamental level, everything is energy vibrating at different frequencies. But what does this really mean for you? It means that your thoughts, emotions, and even your beliefs are not just abstract, intangible ideas. They are frequencies that shape the world you live in. You are constantly emitting a vibrational signal, and that signal determines what you attract into your life. It's not just a philosophical idea, it's a law of existence. But here's the catch: most people don't realize that they are unconsciously trapped in low vibrations, repeating the same patterns over and over again. They wonder why they keep experiencing the same struggles, the same disappointments, the same emotional pain, without ever realizing that they are the ones holding themselves in that frequency. If you want to change your reality, you must first understand how vibration works and how to shift it deliberately. Imagine yourself as a radio tower, constantly broadcasting signals into the universe. The frequency of your signal determines what station you are tuned into, what kind of experiences, people, and circumstances you attract. If you are tuned into a frequency of fear, doubt, and scarcity, then the universe has no choice but to reflect that back to you. You will find yourself in situations that confirm your fears, surrounded by people who reinforce your doubts, stuck in a cycle of lack and limitation. But if you shift your frequency to one of abundance, love, and certainty, a completely different reality begins to unfold. The key is realizing that you don't attract what you want, you attract what you want, you attract what you are. If deep down you still identify with struggle, even if you say you want success, you will continue to experience struggle. If you secretly believe that you are unworthy of love, no matter how much you crave a deep connection, you will unconsciously push love away. Your vibrational state is the foundation of your reality, and until you master it, you will always feel like life is happening to you instead of through you.
Click subscribe to this channel to get more profound spiritual lesson.
But vibration is not just about thoughts, it is about embodiment. It is not enough to simply think positive thoughts or repeat affirmations if your body and emotions are still anchored in past trauma, fear, or self-doubt. Your entire being must align with the frequency of the reality you desire. This is where most people get stuck. They try to change their lives by forcing external changes, working harder, chasing more success, seeking validation from others without first shifting their internal state. But true transformation happens from the inside out. If your vibrational state remains the same, no amount of external effort will create lasting change. Have you ever noticed that when someone who is deeply insecure gains money or fame, they often end up sabotaging themselves? That's because their internal vibration is still aligned with insecurity, and no external success can override that. The same is true for relationships. If you don't feel truly worthy of love, you will either attract partners who mirror your unworthiness or push away those who genuinely care for you. So, how do you shift your vibration? The first step is awareness. You must become acutely aware of the frequencies you are emitting at all times. Most people live on autopilot, reacting to circumstances and allowing their emotions to be dictated by external events. But if you want to take control of your reality, you must become the observer of your own energy. Notice the thoughts you think on a daily basis. Are they expansive or limiting? Notice the emotions you habitually feel. Do you live in a state of gratitude and trust, or do you dwell in fear and frustration? The moment you bring conscious awareness to your vibrational state, you gain the power to change it. The next step is to deliberately shift your frequency. This is where real mastery begins. The fastest way to raise your vibration is through emotion, specifically gratitude and love. These are some of the highest frequency emotions, and when you cultivate them deliberately, they act as a vibrational reset. But here's the secret: you cannot wait for external circumstances to give you a reason to feel grateful or loving. You must generate these states from within, independent of what is happening around you. This is where most people go wrong. They wait for success to feel abundant, for love to feel worthy, for external validation to feel enough. But the universe does not work that way. You must first embody the vibration of what you desire before it can manifest in your reality. Take a moment right now to feel gratitude, not just as a thought, but as a deep, embodied emotion. Close your eyes and bring to mind something that fills you with appreciation. It could be something simple: the warmth of the sun on your skin, the fact that you have breath in your lungs, the beauty of a song that moves you. Let that feeling expand. Let it take over your entire being. Notice what happens when you do this. Your vibration begins to shift instantly. You feel lighter, more expansive, more in tune with the flow of life. This is not just a temporary emotional state, it is a vibrational reset that begins to change the energy you are broadcasting. And when you do this consistently, your external reality must shift to reflect it. But here's the deeper question: if your vibration creates your reality, then who were you before you were conditioned by the world? Before fear, before doubt, before the beliefs imposed on you by society, family, and past experiences, who are you? This is the question that truly unlocks the secret of vibration, because the highest frequency you can ever embody is not something you have to create, it is something you must remember. You were born in a state of pure, high vibration, aligned, connected, limitless. But over time, you were taught fear, taught unworthiness, taught limitation. The journey of raising your vibration is not about adding anything to yourself, it is about shedding everything that is not truly you. So I ask you, what would happen if you let go of every belief that tells you that you are not enough? What if, just for a moment, you allowed yourself to fully embody the highest version of yourself, not as something you have to achieve, but as something you already are? What if you stopped chasing and started remembering? The moment you do this, your entire reality will begin to shift, because the universe does not respond to what you want, it responds to what you are. The hidden frequencies that shape your destiny. Everything in your life, the people you meet, the opportunities that come your way, even the challenges you face, is a reflection of the vibrational frequency you are tuned into. But here's something most people don't realize: your dominant frequency is not determined by what you occasionally think or feel. It is shaped by the deep, subconscious patterns that run beneath the surface of your awareness. These hidden frequencies are like the invisible currents beneath the ocean, shaping the waves long before they reach the shore. If you do not become conscious of them, they will continue to dictate your reality without you even realizing it. Think about your life right now. The circumstances you are experiencing, the relationships you have, even the way you feel about yourself, all of it is a vibrational match to the energy you have been carrying. But where does this energy come from? It is not just from your conscious thoughts, it is rooted in the deeper programs you have absorbed over the years. From the moment you were born, you were conditioned to resonate at specific frequencies. Your family, your culture, your past experiences, all of them implanted beliefs and emotional patterns into your subconscious mind. And unless you deliberately reprogram these frequencies, they will keep creating the same outcomes over and over again. Have you ever noticed that some people seem to attract abundance effortlessly, while others struggle no matter how hard they try? Or that some people always find themselves in toxic relationships, while others naturally attract love and harmony? This is not random, it is vibrational alignment. You cannot experience a reality that is out of sync with your dominant frequency. If, deep down, you carry a frequency of lack, you will unconsciously sabotage opportunities for abundance. If you hold a vibration of unworthiness, you will attract relationships that mirror that unworthiness back to you. This is not punishment, it is simply the law of resonance in action. The universe is always responding to the energy you emit, whether you are aware of it or not. So how do you shift the hidden frequencies that shape your destiny? The first step is radical self-honesty. You must be willing to look at the patterns in your life with complete awareness. What are the recurring themes? What situations do you keep attracting? What emotions do you default to when no one is watching? These patterns are not coincidences, they are clues. They reveal the frequencies you have been unconsciously vibrating at. And once you see them clearly, you gain the power to change them. But awareness alone is not enough. You must also learn to transmute lower vibrations into higher ones. This is the secret that separates those who remain stuck from those who break free. Most people try to resist or suppress their negative emotions, believing that if they ignore them, they will go away. But energy does not disappear, it only transforms. If you do not consciously shift your lower vibrations, they will continue to manifest in your external reality. The key is learning how to process and elevate your energy in a way that aligns with your highest self. One of the most powerful ways to do this is through emotional alchemy. Instead of running from your fears, doubts, and pains, you must learn to face them with full presence. When you bring awareness to a lower vibration without resisting it, you begin to dissolve its hold over you. Try this the next time you feel fear. Instead of pushing it away, allow yourself to fully experience it. Observe it without judgment. Breathe into it. Feel it in your body. What happens when you do this? The energy begins to shift. Fear, when fully acknowledged, often turns into clarity. Pain, when embraced, transforms into wisdom. Every lower vibration has the potential to be transmuted into a higher one if you have the courage to face it. But the most powerful frequency shift of all is the vibration of certainty. When you embody certainty, you become a magnet for everything you desire. Certainty is not arrogance, nor is it blind optimism. It is an unshakable knowing that you are already aligned with the highest version of yourself. It is the energy of someone who does not need proof from the outside world, because they have already decided within themselves. When you walk through life with this level of certainty, you collapse the gap between desire and manifestation. You are no longer waiting, you are embodying. And when you embody, reality has no choice but to rearrange itself to match your frequency. So I ask you, what would happen if you no longer questioned your worth? If you no longer doubted your path? If, instead of hoping for a better reality, you fully stepped into the vibration of already having it? This shift is not something that happens in the future, it happens the moment you decide. And once you make that decision, your entire reality must follow. The quantum leap: how to shift your reality instantly. Most people believe that transformation is a slow, gradual process. They think they have to spend years healing their wounds, overcoming their limitations, and working tirelessly to create the life they desire. But what if I told you that change doesn't have to take time? What if I told you that reality can shift in an instant the moment you align with a new frequency? This is the secret of the quantum leap, the ability to bypass linear progress and step directly into a new timeline where your desired reality already exists. Everything you want is already available to you. Right now, there are infinite versions of reality coexisting simultaneously. There is a version of you who is still stuck in the same patterns, repeating the same struggles. But there is also a version of you who has already transcended those limitations, who is already living in abundance, love, and purpose. The only thing separating these realities is your vibration. The moment you shift your frequency, you shift into a different version of yourself, and that version of you exists in a completely different reality. This is not just a metaphysical idea, it is a fundamental principle of quantum physics. Reality is not fixed, it is fluid, responding to the energy you project. But here's what most people get wrong: they try to change their external circumstances before they change their internal state. They believe that once they achieve success, then they will feel abundant. Once they find love, then they will feel worthy. Once they heal, then they will feel whole. But this approach keeps them stuck because it reinforces the belief that they are not already what they desire to be. The quantum leap happens when you reverse this equation, when you decide to embody the energy of your desired reality now, before any external evidence appears. Think about it. If you were already the version of yourself who had everything you desire, how would you think? How would you feel? How would you move through the world? What energy would you carry? The moment you begin to embody that version of yourself, you collapse the gap between where you are and where you want to be. Reality has no choice but to rearrange itself to match your new frequency. But here's the challenge: the old you will try to pull you back. Your mind will resist. Your subconscious will cling to familiar patterns. It will tell you that you are not ready, that you need more time, that you need more proof. This is the test. The quantum leap requires you to hold your new frequency even when your external reality has not yet caught up. It requires unwavering trust in the unseen. Most people give up too soon. They start embodying their new vibration, but then doubt creeps in, and they revert back to their old patterns. But those who hold the new frequency long enough experience the shift. So how do you make the leap? First, you must get crystal clear on the version of yourself you are stepping into. Not just in vague terms, but in vivid detail. Who is this version of you? How do they think? How do they speak? How do they carry themselves? What decisions do they make? The more clearly you define this version of yourself, the easier it becomes to align with that frequency. Next, you must fully commit. This is not about hoping or wishing, it is about deciding. The moment you decide that you are now this new version of yourself, you cut off any possibility of returning to the old identity. You no longer entertain thoughts, habits, or emotions that belong to the previous version of you. You step fully into the new vibration and refuse to waver. And finally, you must act as if, not in a superficial way, but in a deeply embodied way. If you were already living your desired reality, how would you behave? What choices would you make? What risks would you take? Start living from that energy now, and reality will adjust to reflect your inner shift. The quantum leap is not about forcing change, it is about aligning with the version of yourself who has already made the change, and the moment you do, reality transforms instantly. The ultimate shift, becoming the master of your reality. At the deepest level, reality is not something happening to you, it is something responding to you. Every moment, with every thought, emotion, and belief, you are shaping the world around you. But the question is, are you doing it consciously, or are you letting old patterns, fears, and external influences dictate your experience? The truth is, most people live as prisoners of their unconscious programming. They react instead of create. They chase instead of attract. They live in a cycle of cause and effect, never realizing that they have the power to step beyond it and become the master of their reality. Mastery begins with one fundamental realization: you are not just a participant in this universe, you are a creator. And the most powerful tool you have for creation is your vibration. When you fully understand that your frequency determines your experiences, you stop trying to change things from the outside. Instead, you begin working at the source, your own energy. This is where the ultimate shift happens. When you stop responding to reality as if it is something outside of you and start generating the energy of the reality you desire, you break free from the illusion of limitation. But here's the secret: true mastery is not about controlling every detail of your life. It is about mastering your own state of being. When you become an energetic match for abundance, opportunities flow effortlessly. When you embody love, meaningful connections naturally arise. When you radiate certainty and trust, life bends in your favor. You do not need to chase, force, or struggle, because you have aligned yourself with the frequency where everything you desire already exists. Yet, the biggest obstacle to this mastery is attachment. Attachment to old identities, attachment to external validation, attachment to how things should happen. Most people do not manifest their desires because they are still holding on to the energy of lack. They want abundance, but they are attached to their fears of scarcity. They want love, but they are attached to their wounds of the past. They want transformation, but they are attached to the comfort of their limitations. True mastery requires letting go, not in a passive way, but in a way that signals to the universe that you trust the unfolding, that you no longer operate from desperation, but from knowing. This is why surrender is one of the highest vibrational states. Surrender does not mean giving up, it means stepping into full alignment with the flow of life. It means no longer resisting what is, but instead using every experience as fuel for expansion. When you stop resisting, you accelerate. When you stop doubting, you receive. When you stop seeking, you become. This is the energy of someone who has mastered their reality, not because they control every outcome, but because they control their frequency. Now, I ask you, what would your life look like if you fully embodied this mastery? If you no longer let fear dictate your choices? If you no longer waited for external proof before believing in yourself? If you no longer played small to fit into a reality that is beneath what you are capable of? The moment you decide to step into this level of awareness, everything changes. Not gradually, not someday, instantly. Because reality does not shift over time, it shifts the moment you do. The reason most people never reach this level is that they hesitate. They wait for a sign, for certainty, for someone to give them permission. But mastery does not come from waiting, it comes from deciding. Right now, in this moment, you have a choice to continue operating from the same patterns or to step into the highest version of yourself. Not tomorrow. Not when circumstances change. Now. Because the ultimate truth is this: you are already the version of yourself who has everything you desire. You are already whole. You are already powerful. You are already aligned. The only thing left to do is to remember. And once you do, your reality will never be the same again.